always just soaking stuff in.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we could see that even just from your last like couple projects, as we go from like your most recent one, bedroom lo-fi, which is just pure lo-fi,
Legit.
a little bit of vocals in there and things like that, to where before that you have Nights and Days, which is a lot of like soulful R&B. Like,
I didn't get to hear that one.
Like, dude, I think I played that for you.
Did you?
I think so.
Okay.
And then before that, like bedroom gospel, all of that, like I think, and actually think about it, I think it could be unique in that the way that you've been able to progress in like music style, topics that you're like worshiping about, things like that, are I would say maybe like representative of like growth in your faith in terms of like having different seasons, and that you're willing to not stay in one season for too long. And so for in music, you don't feel like you have to stay in one style for too long.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel that freedom in the spirit to be able to just transition to whatever the Lord like shifts your interest to at that time. And that's so good, because I think not a lot of artists feel that way.
No, yeah. So true. I mean, like, honestly, there's this thing just, even in pastors, like, you're only as good as your last message. And I was struggling with that because I released a project after Bedroom Gospel. So Bedroom Gospel is like my most known one, but I released one and it's called It's Beautiful. Yeah. But the name why I named it It's Beautiful is because I was struggling so much with putting it out. I was like, this sucks. This is not as good as my last project. People aren't going to be as touched as much. Like, I don't even feel like my faith is as strong as it was in that project. Like, I just felt so much just like the devil just speaking so much lies. Yeah. So I had to name it something that, like, even when people say the project, they just say the name. They're saying It's Beautiful. And it's just like speaking a blessing over it.
Encouragement. Yeah.
But it's real, man. I mean, it's like every project is kind of like a reflection of just where my relationship with God is, especially with the transition from Bedroom Gospel to It's Beautiful, and then Nights and Days, where I was just like, I was still growing in faith, but, like, that's when, I was touring more, and a bunch of stuff happened. Like, I was just getting into kind of, like, relationship stuff, and just, like, I've been talking just more open about being, like, okay with just being single, for the season that you're in. But, like, I was definitely went through a season where I was just, like, trying to rush the Lord and stuff like that, and not really wait on his timing. And I wrote songs like All I Need and then Moving Fast, like,
which we talked about last night. My favorite.
Legit. But it's like, it's real, man. It's like, your walk with the Lord is, I think it's a beautiful thing. And I don't think we have to show like the end always, like we're always like, and then like just talk about it in the moment. I think there's beauty in showing like, you are actually going through it as we speak. Like, as we speak, you are battling with the Lord, like right now. I think there's beauty in that.
Yeah.